Hello everybody, it's Sean and Catherine with Monorail Central. Currently 10 hours in to our weekend road trip to Disney's Hilton Head Island Resort and Disney's Vero Beach Resort. So we are very tired.
I'm not. Maybe you are.
I am very tired. I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning. We're currently in Kenly, North Carolina, and we stopped to get some snacks, and we figured let's go ahead and just document what road tripping down to Disney and Disney's lesser-known beach resorts has to offer.
I'm very excited. We have not been to Hilton Head during the summer months, so we're excited to experience that, and I'm also excited to be back at Vero Beach and have some pool and beach days.
It's actually not true. We spent one night in Hilton Head.
There was a hurricane, so we couldn't do anything.
It was still the summertime, but we went through the eye of Hurricane Milton? No, it wasn't Milton. Milton went through Tampa. Whichever hurricane 2 years ago went through the Big Bend of Florida. But we went through the eye of that storm at Hilton Head when it became a tropical storm.
Yep.
It was fun.
Not as fun as the ice storm.
Not as fun as the great ice storm of 2025. But yeah, we're 10 hours in now. Our next stop is a must-do if you're road tripping from the Northeast, or really anywhere now, down to Florida, and that's Buc-ee's.
I'm so excited for Buc-ee's.
So join us on I-95 as we make our way down to Florence, stop at Buc-ee's, and then we'll make our way down to Disney's Hilton Head Island Resort. This video is brought to you by myself and Off to Neverland Travel. I am a magic maker with Off to Neverland Travel, specializing in selling Disney destinations, which means you can have me plan your next Disney vacation adventure. I can plan your trip to the Walt Disney World Resort in Florida, or even the Disneyland Resort in California. I also book trips to Aulani, a Disney resort and spa in Hawaii, or aboard one of the many Disney Cruise Line ships from across the globe. I can also book a beach getaway at either Disney's Hilton Head Island Resort in South Carolina, or Disney's Vero Beach Resort, just 2 hours southeast of the Walt Disney World Resort. To get started with planning your Disney destination getaway, please give me a call at 407-279-1409. That's 407-279-1409, and let me take care of the details. And now back to the video. Finally made it. 12 hours later. The man, the myth, the buck. Now it's time to top off our last fuel stop before we hit Hilton Head. Alright, so since our last fuel stop in Stafford, Virginia, before we started recording, we've driven 343 miles. I've used a little over half a tank, and we got about 37 miles to the gallon. Definitely not 177 miles per gallon, but, you know, you get what you can get on the highway. All right, so $37 later, we're all filled up for our next leg of the trip. But first, of course, we have to go ahead and find a parking spot and head on inside for some of Buc-ee's famous barbecue. All right, we were going to film inside of Buc-ee's, but this Buc-ee's in particular was just way too busy.
It was crazy.
Yeah, so just out of respect for everybody in there, we're not going to film. But tomorrow morning, we're supposed to be hitting another Buc-ee's, and from our experience, Buc-ee's in the morning is far less chaotic. So we'll show you one of those Buc-ee's. They're pretty much all the same. But if you haven't been to a Buc-ee's before, they're essentially like a barbecue restaurant, a Wawa, and a Cracker Barrel all in one. And it's so good. And they have the best public restrooms anywhere. If you value your privacy in a public restroom space, this is the place where you wanna hold it. What did we get? I got a chopped brisket sandwich.
I got a fried chicken sandwich.
And we're gonna share a brisket burrito.
And then for my dessert, I got the chocolate pie cup.
What'd you get to drink?
For to drink,
I
got a strawberry lemonade.
And I got a nice cold sarsaparilla. That's a Carousel of Progress reference if you didn't know that. If you've never heard of sarsaparilla, this is basically root beer before root beer. If you live in Pennsylvania, this is also called birch beer. It's essentially the same. It's kind of like root beer, just a little more fruity almost, and a little more, it's got some more spice to it.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. So now I gotta figure out how long it's gonna take to get to Hilton Head.
What is it, 2 hours and 52 minutes?
Yep. So now it's time to make our way down to Hilton Head. We've got another 3 hours ahead of us, it looks like, during rush hour traffic. So enjoy the ride.
Have arrived.
Finally made it. 3 hours late. Granted, we got off to a rough start. We left 45 minutes later than we wanted to, and then we got caught in Maryland and Virginia traffic, which, by the way, if you're from Maryland and Virginia, please learn how to drive. It's bad. But we're finally here. Ooh, something's going on over at Shelter Cove.
Ooh.
If you've ever been to Hilton Head, it's kind of tucked away in the back of this complex here on Shelter Cove. You just got to follow the signs that say Disney Vacation Club, and here it is.
Disney's Hilton Head Island Resort.
The most beautiful Disney resort, in my opinion.
I agree.
Welcome home. How can I assist?
Hey, checking in.
All right, here's the Live Oak Lodge.
Perfect. Now we got to walk in and check in because I didn't do online check-in. We finally made it. First thing I noticed when we pulled in is that they changed the Mickey's topiary out front. It used to just be a solid green Mickey Mouse, and now they kind of gave it the not Festival of the Arts, Flower and Garden Festival treatments. So he's like a half topiary, half plastic. Let's go check in. All right, we got ourselves checked in. We are in building 28, room number 14, where should be a 2-bedroom lock-off. So let's go ahead and make our way over there now. Catherine's cutting through the Transformers here. And I'm going to do the same. But we made it. We're in building 28 in room 2814 and 2812, which is right below the 3-bedroom Grand Villa that we toured last year. 2814 is going to be the studio side of this lock-off. 2812 is going to be the 1-bedroom side. Oh, interesting setup. We recorded a tour of this 2-bedroom lock-off villa that you can watch here on Monorail Central. The link will either be in the top right corner or the description, depending on where you're watching. If you're interested in booking this type of room category, you can contact me at 407-279-1409 to book your next stay at Disney's Hilton Head Island Resort. So it's late. In case you haven't been able to tell, we left late from home. We were supposed to get here I was planning on getting here around 5 o'clock-ish in the afternoon. And we wound up getting here at 7:45. Sorry, I'm like walking in between bushes right now. We meant to get here around 5 o'clock-ish, and we wound up getting here around 7:45. So that didn't leave me a lot of daylight to go ahead and get the rooms filmed for tonight, because we're staying in a 2-bedroom lock-off, and that was the only room I could get available for this night. And I wanted to try and get 3 room tours done, but I couldn't. I could get 2 done, but we're back in a 1-bedroom on Sunday, so I'm just gonna film the 1-bedroom when we come back. We're not gonna do a lot here. This is really just a place for us to sleep tonight, and we're gonna leave tomorrow at probably around 4:30 in the morning, so we can get down to Hollywood Studios. And Catherine's going to walk around and do some pin trading during the day. She doesn't have a park reservation. This is really just part 1 of a 2-day video. We're going to drive down to Disney World tomorrow, do some activities, and then we'll make our way to Vero Beach and spend the night at Vero Beach. Made it inside finally. So, Catherine's already in bed. I'm getting ready to go to bed. It's 9:30 now, and we have a long day of driving and park day and more driving ahead of ourselves. So, that's gonna be the end of day one. Sorry, I know it's not a lot of footage to go over, but figured this will work good for an introduction to this little mini vlog series that we're gonna try out. So, without further ado, good night. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 4 o'clock. Good morning.
Good morning.
Day 2 of our trip. It is 3:55 in the morning. According to Waze, this will get us to the Buc-ee's in St. Augustine, Florida at 7 a.m. with enough time to get to Hollywood Studios by 9:30. I hope. We're hoping. We're gonna go hop in the car now, and I'm gonna focus a little bit on driving, and then we'll see you at we'll see you at Buc-ee. We made it to Buc-ee's in St. Augustine with 42 miles of gas remaining. We're gonna quickly stop here, grab some breakfast. We'll take you inside this one. This one's usually not as busy as the one in South Carolina, so we can kind of show you around. And it's also smaller than the one in South Carolina, so it has basically everything that most Buc-ee's have, so we can show you, the basics. Okay, $46 later, we filled up with exactly 378 miles since Buc-ee's in South Carolina. Got ourselves about 32 miles per gallon, which is not too great, but it's been hot. I've been running the air conditioning, and we've been on the highway for the most part. So let's go ahead inside and grab ourselves something to eat. Well, welcome on into Buc-ee's. As you can see back here, they have this massive soda wall that Catherine is going to go partake in over here. Just going to walk around a little bit, show you what's all on offer. Buc-ee's has a lot of private label stuff. So they have things like cookies and baked goods. They also have what they call the candy wall. So they have all these private label candies. They also have jellies and condiments and sauces. And a whole bunch of soda. It's like a gas station on crack. They also sell wine here, which is cool. They got a coffee station back there, and then also in the center, Buc-ee's has their fresh chopped meat board where they make sandwiches, and freshly chopped brisket is what they're famous for here. So we're gonna walk around, go ahead and get some breakfast, and show you a little bit more of what they have to offer. Buc-ee's also has a general merchandise store where they do sell Buc-ee's branded merchandise, but also like home style, southern Texas, other stuff. This is kind of like what I meant by saying it's part Cracker Barrel, where there's food over there, and then there's just like this country store off to the side. Anyway, I got my iced coffee and a brisket egg taco. Catherine got her strawberry lemonade and her breakfast burritos. So we're just going to go ahead and peruse around, and then we're going to hit the road, head over to Hollywood Studios. Buc-ee's is also celebrating the 250th anniversary of America with a bunch of America 250 merchandise. But we don't have time for that right now. I got to get to Hollywood Studios and tap into a park before 11 so I can try and get onto Muppets Rock and Roller Coaster virtual queue. I was hoping to get here earlier just so I could stop by Caribbean Beach and grab some newly available churro Mickey waffles. But it seems like that might not be happening. It could. It's going to be a very tight squeeze because I have to tap into Epcot first today. We're going to try and focus and get in the Hollywood Studios, and we're going to leave our car at Hollywood Studios for the day, and then we'll go over exactly what the plan is after we arrive. And we made it to Hollywood Studios, but we're not going to go to Hollywood Studios first. We're going to go ahead and hop on the Skyliner and head over to Epcot International Gateway. I have to tap in to a park in order to get my virtual queue for Muppets Rock and Roller Coaster. Catherine does not have a park reservation today, so she's going to go ahead and do her own thing. So now we're going to make our way over to the Skyliner and head on over to Epcot. So slight change of plans. The Skyliner got to Epcot a little late. It's 10:40 now, so I'm not going to have enough time, unfortunately, to go to Caribbean Beach and get churro waffles.
Next time.
At least we know for next time. You can get churro waffles at quick service. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go to Epcot, get a passholder magnet. I have made it into Epcot. Catherine is going to walk around the boardwalk in the Crescent Lake area near the Epcot resorts because she doesn't have a park pass today. But I do. I walked into Epcot. It's not terribly busy for 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to go ahead and walk over to the Creation Shop now to go get my passholder magnet and maybe do some window shopping before the virtual queues open up for Rock and Roller Coaster. Also, I stole the microphone today. Catherine doesn't have the fancy mic, so I apologize if there's any audio discrepancies throughout this video. Walking by the Purple Martin nest, you can see they have all moved in. Plenty of purple martins flying around all these little gourd-shaped nests here, and they will eventually migrate back down to South America once their mating season is over. Thank you, Apple Watch, for once again reminding me that I am out of shape, and I have walked exactly a half mile in the hot Florida sun. But we have made it over to the Creation Shop, and now it's time to go pick up our pass holder exclusive magnet. I got it, the Woody and Buzz exclusive pass holder magnet for summer 2026. Now we're going to just go walk around and do a little window shopping. I don't anticipate buying a lot today. They got a whole lot of Figment merch out right now. And the shirt, which I have. I got the shirt when it first came out, and it's awesome. I do love it. What else they have? This 3/4 style t-shirt with Epcot on it. Whole lot of Mickey Mouse stuff out right now. See what we got on the t-shirt side. See if there's anything new from the last time we were here back in February. Oh yeah, they have all the new retro Epcot stuff, which my mom actually got me, when she was down here a couple of weeks ago. So I do have all the shirts here that I want. Oh, I have a Hudson Hornet shirt. This is the shirt I saw when we were at Hilton Head. I didn't film this in the store, but it's the Silly Symphony shirt in this green color that I really like. And they had a couple at Hilton Head. We're going to make our way back up there on Sunday. I'm hoping they still have the size I want. I'm also going to check Vero Beach to see if they have it. If they don't have it there, we'll stop back at Walt Disney World and I'll come pick it up, either at World of Disney or wherever. But looks like they did change up quite a bit of their graphic tee selection. I got this shirt as well. This isn't part of the regular Memorial Day patriotic line of clothing, but they had this a couple months ago, and I do have this shirt. All of the retro Epcot tees look to be back in stock in most of their sizes, including this Epcot shirt, which my mom did get me in the wrong size, and it looks like they do finally have my size. So I will probably grab that before I leave today. Now, if the name of the channel didn't give it away, you might not know that I do like the Walt Disney World monorail quite a bit, and this is what I live to see: monorail branded merchandise. Here in Mousewares, they have quite a bit of it. They have these salt and pepper shakers. They also have monorail tongs. And off to the side, this was something that I didn't realize they had until my mom picked them up. They have monorail corn cob holders, so you can stick these on either end of your corn cob when you're barbecuing, and you don't get your hands all buttery and gross when eating corn. Now, I believe they also have monorail placemats, which does not appear they have them here at Epcot, but I did see them on the Walt Disney World app when I went to go do a merchandise search. And I think they might be available at Disney Springs. Don't quote me on that. They could be out. Oh, interesting. They have a Sleeping Beauty castle ceramic thing here. I wonder if we got those by accident. I was about to say I couldn't find any of the Americana merch, but it looks like they have it over here by this far checkout counter. You can see they have quite the selection of American-themed merchandise, including, again, this little Americana mini monorail. This is something that they started doing this year. I found one that was springtime themed with bunny ears on it, and that's sitting in the studio, so I think I'm going to pick this up while I'm here just to grab it, because this looks like the next little monorail collection that I'm going to accumulate. Got some more Americana themed sweatshirts on this side. This is a nice design. And then you have your American flag mini ears here as well as the America 250 Buzz Lightyear action figure. Another new item that they've started selling since the last time we were here are these vinyl decals, which are $6 each, but they're $5 when you buy 3. And they have just a bunch of icons and different slogans. They have the Dinosaur Gertie's ice cream logo. They have a lot of retro Disney Channel logos on here as well, including this old Animal Kingdom t-shirt design with Winnie the Pooh looking at a tiger. I'm impartial to this one because this looks like this is the old Walt Disney World D logo that they have on the monorails that match the color. Oh yikes, that was loud. They have more on the other side too here. So if vinyl decals are your thing, if you like to stick these on your water bottle or your laptop, yeah, you have quite the collection available here at Walt Disney World. And Catherine, by the way, I did get your text message. They do have the Green Castle Hidden Disney Mystery Packs, so I will grab you 2 before I leave and meet you back out at the International Gateway. But it's almost 11 o'clock and I have to go ahead and try for the virtual queue for Muppets. Some more monorail merchandise over here. They have these die-cast sets, the 4-piece ones that they've had for years. They've reboxed them every once in a while. But they do rotate colors. Right now they have monorail blue available in the die-cast. And they still have this Mark IV monorail remote control vehicle that I had as a kid, and I still have somewhere sitting at my parents' house. And then they brought back the monorail playset in this orange and yellow design that I do not necessarily like. But they are back. They tend to go in and out of stock, so if that's something that you're into, grab them while you see them, because they may not be available the next time you come. Success! I got my boarding group for the virtual queue on Rock and Roller Coaster. We're group 63. I didn't get a chance to look at what boarding group they're boarding now, but regardless, I'm going to start making my way back over towards Hollywood Studios. Alright, I got pins and I got my American mini monorail. So now that I got my boarding group for Rock and Roller Coaster, I'm going to start heading back towards the International Gateway. Little short trip to Epcot, but we'll head over to Hollywood Studios in a little bit, ride Rock and Roller Coaster, and we will also see what else is new over at Hollywood Studios. For the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and put my phone away and give it a little break. Kind of like me, it does not like sitting out in the Florida sun for too long, so the next time you'll see me, we'll be over by International Gateway. I lied, I'm not going back yet. I'm going to get some peach ice cream for my walk over to the Port International Gateway, because it is a hot one. It's actually Dole Whip peach. I thought it was peach ice cream, but it's Dole Whip peach. Let's have a taste. Oh yeah. Definitely tastes like a real peach and not like that artificially flavored peach you can get.
Yeah, you don't have
teas and stuff. I love peach flavored stuff, so this really hit the spot. This should get me through my walk back over to International Gateway. Alright, I met back up with Catherine, who wound up not going anywhere except the bathroom, so let's see what pins you got.
Okay.
Or I got.
So I only have 6 right now. So we have a lot that we could get. So let's see. This is a bus.
Ooh, it's the Tiana bus.
Tiana, so that's a new one. And then I think this is going to be Chip and Dale.
That is Chip.
Well, so Chip is Disney World, Dale is Disneyland. So this is the Thanksgiving Chip. We have another pack. Oh, it's a castle. I think I saw it already. Is it the Grand Floridian?
It is the Grand Floridian.
Woohoo!
If only my camera would focus.
That one's pretty. Okay, and then I think this is an ear hat.
Okay. It is Jacques and Gus Gus.
That's a chaser. Woo!
She got the chaser.
Yay! Oh, they're so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, they're all keepers.
Except for the chaser. That'll be for sale on eBay in about 2 seconds.
No. Good picking, Sean.
So a little status update regarding my virtual queue at Rock and Roller Coaster. I checked on the way back to the International Gateway, and it turns out that they are not currently boarding groups, and the ride has not opened yet today. Which leaves me a little bit nervous because we are going to see the Mandalorian and Grogu over at Disney Springs at 3 o'clock. It's currently 11:20. And I find it hard to believe that they're going to get through 60 boarding groups before probably 2 o'clock would be around the safest time, the latest time I would want to leave to get to Disney Springs. So we'll see. If the ride opens, hopefully the cast members are sympathetic enough, either let me in early or I can come back and try and come in at a later time. Alright, so now what we're going to do, since we're done in Epcot, while we wait for the virtual queues to go through, we're going to walk around Crescent Lake, what Catherine was originally going to do without me, but I guess now we're stuck doing it together. So we're going to start things off over at the Yacht and Beach Club and then make our way over to Boardwalk, maybe do some pin trading, maybe do some window shopping, see what they have available in their shops. We may or may not grab something to eat, but we're supposed to have the dine-in option when we're watching the movie later, so maybe nothing too big. I'm still kind of full from Buc-ee's this morning. First stop on our pin trading adventure is the Beach Club Marketplace. One of the things I like to collect from the hotels here at Walt Disney World are these polo shirts that have the hotel's logo on them. I have quite the collection. I don't have one from Beach Club yet, and I probably won't this time because this polo was made by Vineyard Vines and the shirt is $100. And at the moment, I am not willing to pay $100 for a shirt. In the past, I was, but not today. They also have this t-shirt, which I'm not really a fan of this style of t-shirt. They didn't have the pin board out today, so pin trading here at the marketplace was a bust. So I think we're gonna head on over. Maybe the DVC desk usually has one, so we'll head over there soon. But maybe we'll do some more shopping.
All right, you come back and see me again?
Yes,
Love
definitely.
to hear that. All right.
Have a good one.
Handshake. Good job.
Thank you, David.
Good job, my friend. All right, you guys.
Thank you.
So what pin did you get? You got a Dale pin or chip pin?
A chip pin. I got a 2026 hidden Disney pin, which is what we were looking for. So I got Easter chip.
Easter chip. So now I think what are we doing? Making our way over towards Peaches and Cream, because I think Peaches and Cream has one.
Yes, I think we're just going to kind of walk through and see if we see any more pin boards. If not, well, we could always go to Disney Springs.
That's right, we are going to Disney Springs later. Also, update, Rock and Roller Coaster did open. They are boarding groups now, but the estimated return time is right in the middle of our movie, so I don't know if we'll be able to go. Hopefully we can.
I don't see anything I'm trading for today. Thank you.
Beach Club is turning out to be a bust, except for that chip pin. So now I think we're going to make our way over towards the Yacht Club and see whatever they have on their pin boards over there.
We have a towel animal with pins up there.
Towel animal? Oh, we have a towel animal with a lanyard? You don't even get that on Disney Cruise Line. Well, let's see what we got over here.
This one's cute. Thank you.
We've now made it over to the Yacht Club in Ale and Compass. And let's go take a look at their pin board.
I don't see anything I'm looking for today. Thank you.
Well, thanks for looking.
We're striking out today. We're going to attempt one more shop here at Yacht and Beach, and that's the market at Ale and Compass, even though it's not even remotely attached to Ale and Compass. But we'll see if they have any pins of interest for Miss Catherine over here. Pin trading's kind of a bust today.
Yeah, it's typically what happens. They refresh the boards at certain times and it gets a little iffy. Most of what we found has been fake, but we didn't have a good pin trading experience, and I'm not surprised.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to make our way over to the boardwalk while also indulging in some AC. We're just going to walk through some guest hallways here and we'll probably find ourselves out by the pool and walk over to...
Ooh, it smells good in this hotel.
Oh, it does smell good in here. So we'll walk over to the boardwalk and see if we can find anything interesting. We made it over to the boardwalk. We're going to head on inside to the general store here and see if they have any good pins for Catherine to trade off. And also if they have any interesting merchandise. Once again, striking out at the Boardwalk General Store. So we're going to walk up to the lobby. I think that's going to be it for pin trading around the Epcot resorts. After that, we still don't really know what we're going to do. I might walk over to Hollywood Studios. So one of the new things they just released at Blue Ribbon this week was this deep fried cheesecake, which comes with strawberries and powdered sugar, which would sound awesome if it wasn't 94 degrees today. So today we're just going to stick with the classic corn dog, sit over here in the shade by the Abracadabra bar, and then make our way over to the Skyliner again. So here we have our classic corn dog that comes with a bag of Lay's potato chips, and we opted to also get a strawberry lemonade. The strawberry lemonade, by the way, top tier. It's very good. I'm going to give a minute for this corn dog to cool off a little bit before we start indulging. So what'd you think of your corn dog, hon?
It was really good.
I think so too. A little expensive though. For everything, the drink, the chips, and the corn dog was $22. Would you pay that again?
Maybe not. Like, I wouldn't go out of my way to pay it again. I'd willingly get a corn dog again, but I wouldn't go out of my way and like come here just for the corn dog.
Yeah, I'm kind of in a similar boat. So as you can see, we're walking back towards the International Gateway. We're going to go ahead and get on the Skyliner, probably hit up Riviera and Caribbean Beach. It's 1:15 now, so we actually might not have enough time to stop at Caribbean Beach, so we'll probably just stop at Riviera. One thing that I've noticed in particular today, with it being the Friday before Memorial Day, especially, the parks are empty. It has not been crowded here at all. Like you can see behind me, barely anybody. Epcot wasn't busy. The hotels were a little busy. Have you noticed that?
Yes, but I think everyone is at Hollywood Studios because today is also the first day of the Mandalorian and Grogu
The
Millennium Falcon.
That's right.
So I have a feeling everyone's over there, especially because Mandalorian and Grogu are walking up throughout the whole land today because it's also the release of the movie.
I did not put two and two together there. I guess when I go to Hollywood Studios later, we'll check and see if that theory holds true.
Welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner at Epcot International Gateway. We're flying to Disney's Riviera Resort.
I have made it to Hollywood Studios. Basically what we're going to do now is I'm going to go over to guest experience, see if they can either switch me out of my virtual queue or allow me to come back later, because they're kind of hit or miss with virtual queue like timing on this attraction. So I'm going to check because we're creeping up on 2 o'clock now and I'm not going to have enough time to get over to Disney Springs and go make our movie in time. Catherine's already on her way. I'm going to meet her at Disney Springs. Let's head on into Hollywood Studios. While we're here, if I have time, I switched over to my other microphone, by the way. While we're here, if we have time, we are going to go ahead and take a look at one of the newer areas of Hollywood Studios, which is the animation courtyard, where they have reimagined the land to be similar to or contain the Walt Disney Animation Studios that you can find in Burbank. I got it. So I had to go to the guest experience counter back here by Toy Story Land. I could have sworn they had one closer to the front of the park, but I guess they may have moved it since the last time we were here. Regardless, they told me at least that if I can bring a receipt that proves that I was somewhere else on Disney property with a reservation, like our movie at Disney Springs, I can get on the ride later with a virtual queue. So I think that's going to be the plan. In the meantime, we're walking towards the animation courtyard, and we'll show you some of the changes that they made over there that opened up the other day. One of the first major changes that you can see over here on the soundstage for the Little Mermaid show is that they added a painting of the Mickey Mouse and Silly Symphony like entry screen, or intro screen, excuse me, that you would normally see in front of one of the Silly Symphonies shown in theaters. Now you can see over here all of the walls are finally down. They added this sign over here that says the Walt Disney Studios, and this is an exact replica of the entry sign of the Burbank Studios out in California. Also, what used to be the Star Wars launch bay and also the Magic of Disney Animation is now a replica of the animation building at the Walt Disney Studios in Burbank. You can see that complete with the Sorcerer's hat and the animation letterhead on top of the building. They also added some posters here for some Disney movies that look like the characters are popping out. Kind of like Once Upon a Studio. So right now, Magic of Disney Animation is not currently open. It also looks like they plan on opening a store here sometime soon. This is also where you're going to find the newest iteration of Playhouse Disney Junior Live, where they have Mickey Mouse Clubhouse Live. This is the building where they used to have the live shows for things like Bear in the Big Blue House back in the day. And it was Mickey Mouse Clubhouse adjacent recently. They also had character appearances from like Doc McStuffins and stuff. So they revamped the show. I believe it's just Mickey Mouse Clubhouse now. There's no other Disney Junior properties. This is a much better use of the space from what it used to be with Star Wars Launch Bay. Don't tell Catherine, but I found the monorail placemats inside of Celebrity 5 and 10, the ones I was talking about earlier in Epcot, and I got their last 2 sets. Again, Catherine, I'm sorry, you're finding this out now and not later, but I got 2 sets of placemats. Deal with it. All right, time to head back out to the car. I'm going to go ahead and get her started up right now, and I will go ahead and meet Catherine over at Disney Springs to make it in time for our movie. And just like that, we're at Disney Springs. I found Catherine. We're going to head on over to the AMC Theater within Disney Springs to go watch The Mandalorian and Grogu. The movie starts in about 5 minutes, and we'll let you know how it is once we're done.
4 hours later.
Alright, to make a long story short, I was never able to go back and get it in my virtual queue for Muppets. No big deal. But anyway, I wasn't able to get back in. So now we're on Florida's beautiful Highway 525, and we're actually heading towards Port Canaveral to make our way to Vero Beach, and we should get there in about an hour or so. So, The Mandalorian and Grogu. Catherine, what are your thoughts?
I really liked it. Really good movie. However, I don't think it was the perfect ending to their story.
To me, first off, it was better than the entirety of the 3rd season.
Yes, absolutely.
Excellent movie. To me, I 100% understand where other people were coming from when they said it felt like 3 episodes of the show just kind of stitched together.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like how they did it with Moana 2 and like a couple of the older like direct-to-DVD films that they did. This is obviously the best of that kind of movie. Mm-hmm. And if this is supposed to be the ending of The Mandalorian, the ending's kind of not good. But I don't anticipate this actually being the end of what we see with The Mandalorian and Grogu.
We made it!
Looky there, it's Disney's Vero Beach Resort. Alright, we're checked in. We are all settled in. It's 8:30 and it's actually quite dark out. I'm walking towards the Wyndham Waves Market to go try and grab something to eat before they close and bring it back to the room. And then we're gonna go to bed. Because we had a long day today. Currently running on hour number 17. Heading up to 18. So I'm gonna try and grab some food and then go to bed. Have a nice early morning tomorrow. Catherine's already in her PJs. But I felt so bad for the poor girls behind the counter because I asked for their dinner specials, which they rotate nightly, and they didn't have any sides. I asked for 2 meatloafs, and that's literally all they gave us. It was so funny. They had side salads, so I got some side salads, and they just told me I could grab some chips. So we got that. We got Catherine lava smoothie. All right, so that's gonna call it for the night. We had dinner. We got ourselves some drinks. So with that being said, we're going to bed. We're watching Avengers Endgame. See you all in the next video.